Good evening. Today I wanted to talk to you all about the Nine Noble Virtues. Now, a lot of you might know them from the heathen religions, or Asatru, or Asatru, however you want to pronounce that. I got a weird accent, so it doesn't really matter. But the Nine Noble Virtues essentially equate out to heathen standards for things, or just general standards for life. You don't need to be a heathen, you don't need to believe in Norse gods, you can believe in whatever the hell you want to. But they are worth noting. They are courage, discipline, fidelity, honor, hospitality, industriousness, perseverance, self-reliance, and truth. Now, these on their own are fantastic virtues and ideals to have. And anyone who tells you that finding the virtue in the vice is worth doing is probably stupid. Now, I wanted to go through, take a look at all of these individually, and just talk about my thoughts on each one of them. Throughout my life, I've looked at each one of these different types of ideals, and I'll backtrack. I grew up in what could be borderline known as a cult, where we had very strange ideals about what was good and what was bad, what was right and what was wrong, and how we should always believe whatever we're told no matter what. That is the wrong way to live life. You should never just blindly believe something. You should always question and always look at things. So over time, I've formed my own set of virtues and things that I enjoy and things that I think are worth living and make life worth living. And they settled into, conveniently, the Nine Noble Virtues that are also prevalent throughout different heathen and pagan religions. But I'll start with the first one, courage. For courage, I face my fears and defend my family and others who cannot defend themselves from all dangers. Now, that doesn't mean you need to have an axe in one hand and a shield in the other and go around and just swinging left and right and beating the crap out of people because, they're in the way, but you should be ready to defend your family and your community and others who can't defend themselves. You should be strong enough to defend yourself and to help those who are in need. You should be able to face your fear, and that doesn't mean have no fear. Having no fear makes you do dumb things. Knowing that there is fear and facing it and taking it head on is the mark of someone who is filled with courage to the point where they know that it doesn't really matter how it ends. If they die, they die, but they're willing to put themselves out there to protect something. That is worth having. The next one is discipline. I do what is necessary and right of my own accord without bribe or threat. Having discipline in oneself, as we were told in the military, get some discipline in your body. Having discipline is a core value that everyone should have. It keeps you not always doing what's right, but keeps you on the right track for what you believe. I mean, now you could go out there and you could lie every now and then, sure, whatever, you lied about something. Maybe you picked something up at work, stole a couple pens, whatever, you used some of the corporate time and, the way they didn't want. But honestly, at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. You do what's necessary and what's right of your own accord without bribe or threat to help your family and your community. Essentially, all this boils down to is you protecting what you care about. At least for me, that's how I see it. Now, I'm not going to take a bribe, and I'm not going to let someone who threatens my family get away with it. So, I have the discipline and the wherewithal to use the courage I have previously to end that threat, or to tell them who are offering me a bribe to get the hell out of my face. Next one being fidelity, and you'll see these all build on each other. Fidelity. I'm true to my family, friends, my path in life, and those to whom I choose to pledge my service. Now, that doesn't, of course, mean go out there and, take a knee and swear before someone like, oh, I will, be your knight and who cares. But what I mean by that is, if you say you're going to do something, get out there and do it. If someone needs help, help them. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Be true to your word. If you make a promise, honor that promise. If you can't make a promise, if you have no intention to honor that promise, then don't make it in the first place. Don't be an asshole. Honor is the next one. I stand by my oaths and honor my ancestors by keeping my actions alive, or by keeping my actions within the virtues I've set out before. I know I kind of screwed that one up there, but hey, I'm trying to read and talk at the same time, and I can't always do 14 things at once. But either way, I stand by my oaths and honor my ancestors by keeping my actions within the virtues. It's not hard, pretty self-explanatory. I mean, honor's a thing that no longer exists in the world, I'm pretty sure. Now some of you might have it, sure. But you'd be hard-pressed to find people who have it all the time. I'm not saying go out there and live a life of, the actual knight in shining armor and I'm here to uphold the honor of my kingdom and all that, but you should at least give a crap about what people think about you and people think about your family and your community. Honor in this sense is upholding all these things that you actually care about, making sure that your kids know what's right, what's wrong. Your kids can make critical decisions. They understand how to think for themselves. They understand to question things. It's not hard. Ensuring that you abide by, fidelity and you have the discipline to uphold all these things you actually believe in through the courage that you've instilled in yourself and your kids and your family and your community. That's where honor lies. Doing the right thing, not just because it's the right thing, but because you can. Hospitality. I share hearth, food, and drink with my friends, those of differing lifestyles, and the weary traveler at my door. Well, it's not hard. Pretty self-explanatory right there. Break it down for you. Don't be an asshole. If, someone's on the road, see if they need help. Give a homeless guy, some food or something. Do something good for someone once in a while. I'm not saying go out there and, take every person you see on the street into your home. That's insane. That's legitimately crazy. People need to be able to do something for themselves, but sometimes they do need a little bit of a push. So, I'd encourage you not to give money to homeless people, but, some food never hurt once in a while. See if they got somewhere to go. Contact a shelter for them. Get them in touch with someone. And now if these are the homeless people who don't want to do anything and just want free stuff, like out on the West Coast, then okay. They can make their own decisions. But, have some hospitality about you. If you got guests coming over, clean the bathroom, clean your toilet. Come on now. Industriousness. I take joy in labor and hold nothing back from the work I pledge to do. That's not hard. Put your effort into the actual work. If you're doing something that you hate, maybe don't do that job. I mean, come on now. What you should do in life should be something worth doing. If you can't stand where you're working, find something better and then do it. I mean, that could take you a while, yeah. You're going to have to spend a lot of time trying to find this new job, trying to find this path in life that you want to be on, that you want to actually do something good, leave behind something great. But do it. In the meantime, don't slack off. Come on, don't half-ass two things. Whole-ass what's important. Perseverance. I press on against all odds until my goal is met. The task is finished, and I have done all I have said I will do. Again, pretty self-explanatory. And that goes back to everything I've been talking about already. Put yourself into your work and do what you said you would do. Put everything you got into it. If your goal for that day is to write a song, but you've never written a song before, okay. Sit down, get out a pen, some paper, start writing out some lyrics, start writing out some words. If it sucks, it sucks. Who cares? But you're trying something new. You're doing it. You're doing something different, and you're pushing through no matter what because you said you would do it. Now, if you got a friend down the road who needs help, they call you, hey, they're stuck. Their truck just flipped or they got a blown tire, and they're asking you for help. Why not help them out? Go over there, and if you say you're going to help them, help them. Don't leave them stranded after you said you'd be there. And everything you do, you should put yourself into. Even if you're met with unfortunate amount of pushback from, say, your boss or HR or anyone else at work who's getting in your way. Maybe you disagree with all the different things HR is saying at work, or all the different guidelines and policies they put in your way. And you know a better way to do it. Great. Push forward with that better way and explain every chance that you get how the better way should be. Self-reliance is the next one. I learn skills and grow strong so that I may earn my way in the world and be no burden to others. Again, pretty self-explanatory. I mean, if you can't rely on yourself to do something, then how can anyone rely on you? How can you expect anyone to help you out if you can't even help yourself? This goes back to the first thing I was talking about in the other video, where if you can't actually do a push-up, then how can you be expected to protect your family? If you can't push yourself up, how can you be expected to push anyone else to do the right thing? And finally, truth. I seek the truth in all things, even when it may be a hard truth. I speak true words or stand in silence. I defend the truth from those who do not honor it. Now, truth is an interesting thing, because I believe that you should find that truth for yourself. Never take something at face value and search out that truth, whatever it is. And if someone tries to force their truth on you, well then, come on, is it really true to begin with? Find out for yourself. And once you know that something is true because you've done the research, you've found out what's really going on, you understand exactly what is happening in the world, once you know that, protect it with everything you've got. Because people will try to take it from you. People in this world will do everything they can to ensure that what you know to be true is filled with crap, and they will smear you left and right. As Carl Benjamin called the media, dirty, dirty smear merchants. It's not just them. A lot of people in this world will do the same thing to you. And look at social media nowadays. They do all that kind of stuff. It's insane, it's ridiculous, and it's not worth listening to. Find out what's true for yourself. Do the research, do the work, figure it out, and just build something worth building. Now, to recap: courage, discipline, fidelity, honor, hospitality, industriousness, perseverance, self-reliance, and truth. These values make a pretty solid foundation for life. Take them if you want them. If you know a couple ones that work better for you, great. If you disagree with my interpretation of them, even better. I would welcome you to tell me why, and I cannot wait to see what you have to say. But the point is, take some values, take some virtues, build a foundation on it, and raise the family that you want in that foundation. And keep searching for what you want in life. And what will you do today? What will you do tomorrow? Would you like to know more? Would you like to be more? And keep coming back, and we will explore this world together. I am the old man of the mountain. Sit and explore with me.